Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Amogbe.
It's great to have you join us again. I'm Taya Salam.
All right, let's start with the Channel's International Kids Cup. The big draw is today. All the schools and all the states participating will know their friends today, not their foes. Friends.
Yeah. Of course, they'll know their friends. Of course, they will know their opponents. It's season 11 of the Channel's International Kids Cup. All the schools that will be featuring are on their way to Lagos.
Absolutely.
Also on the show, let's talk a bit of tennis now, where Rafael Nadal, over the weekend, to be precise, yesterday, won his 9th Italian Open title after defeating Novak Djokovic in 3 sets. Once again, he's the ruler of Rome. He's the sporting emperor
of Rome.
In Rome.
Okay. Sporting emperor. That was almost a year. When was the last time you won a title? Okay, it's been a long time. All right. Also on the program, talk about the NBA and the Raptors. They know what they needed to do on the 9th, and they had to do it. And Kawhi Leonard was the one who led them. Having 8 points in overtime, and that was how they were able to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. 118 and 112. That's 5-6 points game. So it's 2-1 now in the series. Bucks still lead though.
With the Toronto Raptors, they knew they had to win this game. There was no, they didn't want to be in a 3-0 hole. Once you get in that kind of hole, it's very, very difficult to come out in the playoffs. And so they've done the right thing. They've won the game. We'll see a confirmation of it in a bit now. Kawhi Leonard, like Cecilia said, was the star of the show. Unlike in Game 2, where he basically disappeared, he came to the party in Game 3. And they needed all, exactly, and including overtime as well, too. And that's how the Toronto Raptors were able to win Game 3. Let's see confirmation of that result now. Cecilia, 112 to 118 in favor of the Toronto Raptors. The Bucks still led the series 2-1.
Okay, and in this particular game, it was all about Kawhi Leonard, who mentioned him earlier, what he had to do, the support cast he also got from all other players. The trial of the likes of Marc Gasol, he had to come to the party compared to what they did in the last, I think the last 2 games, all of them combined for about how many points? Less than
the second Game 2 was just atrocious for all of them, apart from Kyle Lowry in Game 2. The other players, they were just horrendous. They were cold and they couldn't make a basket. But not this time. This time around, they all came to the party. Pascal Siakam, like I said, 25 points and 11 rebounds for him on the night. Norman Powell scored 19 points before fouling out. It was just enough. Marc Gasol, 16 points and 12 rebounds. One of his best games since joining the Toronto Raptors. And the Raptors will try to draw even the series when they host Game 4 on Tuesday night.
Absolutely, they don't have a choice for that. And talking about the big man, leading MVP candidate, Giannis Antetokounmpo, on the 9th, he was good. I think the Raptors just had to wrap him around because he didn't have the chance to really get to the bucket as much as possible. Depends, he was really outplayed in that aspect. Just look at some of the things he wanted to do. He just couldn't, because on the 9th, he ended up with just 12 points. 12 points and 23 rebounds, which was pretty cool. But then he was fouled out for 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the second overtime. So he shot 5-4-16.
Yeah, that's poor.
That's
poor by any standards. Not even to talk about Giannis' standard. The one is set very, very high one. So 5 of 16, not good enough. And, I'm sure that's one of the reasons why the Bucks lost this game. It was a beast on the board. 23 is incredible, but just couldn't
that's
get.
The only part he got his power. He couldn't get it anywhere.
Exactly. So Giannis will have to play a lot better if they're to win Game 4. But like I said, the onus is on Toronto to win Game 4 and level the series before going back to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think it was just because of the aggressiveness that Toronto Raptors had to do this one. When you have someone like Rafa Drake watching on do your best, and it doesn't step after they won, because they were looking at the sweep. And just take a look at the smile on the coach of Raptors' face. Now we're back right now in the series. They're really back in it. We'll see how this will go. Game 4 Tuesday night. They need to win this. Still home court advantage. Still there. Just take it and tie 2-2, and before you go back to the box.
Yes, they don't want to go back to Milwaukee 1-3 down, right? So We'll see how it pans out on Tuesday. Let's see our top performer, standout performer for the night is Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
I mean, it was no contest at all, Cecilia. It was on fire. 36 points, like I said earlier. He made 11 of 25 shots and went 12 for 13 at the free throw line. He played 52 minutes as well, so that was a playoff career high for him. So I wonder how much he's got left in the tank for Game 4. But that's why you have conditioning coaches, and you know,
that's their job.
They're going to have to earn their coin in making sure Kawhi is physically ready for Game 4. All right, that's it for the NBA. Let's move on. Of course, tonight it could be a sweep.
Yeah,
Portland and Golden State.
No, I don't want. I just want 2 more games. Come on, you guys. Just do what the other guys did. Just, I mean, just win 1 game.
At least one.
At least one.
You don't want to sweep.
Curry. I mean, just
no, not only Seth. I mean, what
I
about
know
CJ McCollum? And Damian Lillard is being very underwhelming. And apparently, it's come out to say
sometimes other casts can really help, and that's what helped Toronto Raptors in this one.
Of course,
so other casts are also getting some points. Maybe you have 3, 4, 5 players on 15 points. Come on, you can shock the world.
I see where you're coming from, especially when Damian is struggling. It's come out now to say he's actually playing with separated ribs, and so he's banged up. He's not fully fit. So it's going to need the help of the supporting cast if they're going to win this game. We'll see how it pans out later tonight. Let's go to the yes.
Rafael Nadal, we've been waiting for him. When is he going to win his first title this year? But finally, he did that in Rome. His 9th title over there. And this the guy who has won 34 Masters titles right now. 34.
It's a
now,
record.
Djokovic came up with 33. We said, okay, it was tied with Rafael Nadal. And Rafael Nadal meeting Djokovic in the final, he knew what he needed to do to get a good result. And he did all that. I mean, Djokovic came into this game tired. That's my own opinion. I thought he was really, really tired because if you check what Nadal did in this particular, exactly, first set and all that. I mean, when was the last? Both of them have met 54 times, right?
Yes.
It's never happened.
Never been a devil. Never been a 6-love at all between these two guys. 141 sets previously. For the first time, we're having one of those players winning 6-love. It shows you how ruthless Nadal was in that first set. I mean, never seen Nadal play this good in a long time. But it was a timely reminder to all of us that Nadal is still the king of clay. The second set, Djokovic, bounced back, fought back in professional pride, kicked in. I just got lost 6-love in the first set. So he came back strongly in the second set, winning 6-4. But you could just tell that Nadal was in no mood to let this final slip away from him.
I mean, the gusto fight back from Novak Djokovic just wasn't enough for him, because at the end of the day, Nadal right now has won 9th title in Rome. 9, I mean, not 7, 9 in Rome. That's how many he has won. But when I was looking at Djokovic, I was like, okay, he has this way of being ruthless, relentless, and all that.
Yes.
Someone had the word just coming back. It happened to him against Schwarzman, Diego Schwarzman. I thought maybe if Schwarzman was more experienced, would have been able to get something out of Djokovic, because he's already getting tired. But this time around, meeting a Nadal who was, in that particular form, Nadal actually came into this. He hasn't dropped a set before he met
Djokovic.
So he was really a clear favorite for it, knowing that he has spent less time on court compared to
Djokovic. Whose fault is that?
3 sets back to back.
Whose fault is that? I mean, that's Djokovic's fault, because he couldn't handle business in straight sets.
He won the Madrid Open, remember? It's hard for you to, apart from Rafael Nadal, who else can actually win clay titles back to back and back? It's difficult, really.
It is difficult, but what I'm saying is it is his fault. That's the winning shot there for Rafael Nadal. 81st title for him. ATP 1000 title. That's 34, which is a record. In this particular game, he had 17 break points. All right, and that played a crucial role in getting him that particular victory. The last time they met at the Australian Open, in the Australian Open final, Djokovic was so dominant, and Nadal faced only 1 break point. So compare 1 to 17 break points, you can tell.
Huge.
Yeah, that proved to be the difference eventually. So
Who is favorite for French Open now?
Are you, is that even a question? Like, seriously, that was a timely reminder to anyone out there, all the pretenders out there that might want to go for his title in Roland Garros, that he is still the man to beat. And there's no better way than, winning a nice, there's no better way to show everyone out there that, by other than winning a night Rome title. Clear statement coming from Rafael Nadal that is still the man to beat when it comes to tennis on clay. Let's go to the WTA tour now. The ladies where Karolina Pliskova stunned everyone, including herself. She didn't think she was going to win this tournament at all, but she faced up against Britain, Joanna Konta.
Yeah, she's impressed on clay this season. And
exactly.
All that, but then was able to stop Pliskova, who, after that injury she had, in Miami in March and all that. Then her form somehow, I don't know how she was able to do it, but somehow you have some players who are being able to just come back from whatever they've been facing and all that. She won this one 6-3-6 for becoming the first Czech player from that particular country to win the women's singles in Rome since 1970.
Yeah, the first person since Regina Marsukova. So that's a fantastic company to be in there for Karolina Pliskova. Also, this is the biggest clay court title. I mean, she's never won anything this big on clay. This final match, she was ruthless as well too. She won in just 1 hour and 25 minutes. And deserved win for Pliskova, which obviously is now risen to world number 2, and she's guaranteed herself a top 2 sitting in the second major of the year. That's for the French Open. So one of those players to watch out for in Paris as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for Joanna Konta, for her, she continues to wait for first WTA clay court title.
Yeah, she has never won anyone. But at the end of the day, for her to get to the final here, simply shows the French Open, you should also watch out for her. But we know more top seed we want to bring in their A game and all that, knowing how most of them fell along the way, including Naomi Osaka and all the other players. She had to withdraw because of injury. Serena Williams, same thing also. Joanna Konta was the one sent Venus Williams out of the tournament and all that. So we'll see, it's going to be a well-packed French Open when it starts.
Can't wait for it. It's going to be very unpredictable as well. So this particular match, she showed all everything she has in her arsenal was in full display. 21 winners compared to just 14 unforced errors for Pliskova, while maintaining a 74% first serve percentage and winning 73 of those points. So you can see statistically she dominated, and that's why she's a champion in Rome this morning.
Absolutely, well deserved. Okay, let's leave tennis courts now and go straight to the boxing ring. What went down on Saturday? I mean, after watching the fight, I thought, okay,
oh my God.
Come on. What? Okay, well,
137 seconds. That's all it took. Deontay Wilder,
and
the
entrance he had coming into.
Of course, he's a real character. So I wasn't surprised when it's come out, in that masked attire and everything. But let's talk about the fight itself. 137 seconds. That's all it took. Deontay Wilder to knock out Dominic Brazil in a World Heavyweight Championship
just allow those who paid money to come watch it to enjoy it a little bit. I mean, it was just ruthless and all that. He says it was, talked about funeral and stuff like that and everything. I think it was just ready for the kill coming into the ring and all. Just take a look at the way he wants. This is the way he wants to punch someone. All the power, all the strength. In that particular,
yeah, his right hand is the most dangerous in the heavyweight division right now. I don't think there's any doubt.
Why is it just about it? Why not give him another name? Steel hammer or steel something? What's stronger than steel?
Oh, what's stronger than a bomb? Do you know what it takes if they detonate a bomb on your face? You're gone. And that's why the bronze bomber is a very fitting, alias for Deontay Wilder. Cecilia, not very enjoyable for Of course,
I didn't enjoy
the fans that showed up, Yeah, but then if you look at it on the flip side, fans want to see knockouts. That's what gets their asses off the chair. Not in the first round.
Not in the first round. I mean, you want to see a knockout, but not in the first round. He takes it to the third round. I love what Anthony Joshua did to him. I think it was 7th or 6th round before he finally, knocked him down and everything. We enjoyed the fight. We saw both of them. We saw the techniques and everything. But we didn't really see much from Dominic Brazil. I actually pitied him because he didn't really dodge that.
I mean, look at him on the floor.
He would have been able to, kind of dodge the blow when it was coming. He didn't see it coming, and the whole thing scattered his brain and For you know it, he was on the floor. He tried to stand up and,
yeah,
I mean, the whole
barely
place,
made the
like,
count.
barely, he couldn't.
Yeah.
Actually had, I mean,
it was expected, to be honest. I mean, forget the build-up and forget the, you know, it looked like there was a serious rivalry between these two guys. And they're not on the same level. They're not on the same level. And Deontay Wilder proved exactly just that, defending his title for the ninth time. That's remarkable. Only 10 boxers have been able to achieve that in consecutive fights. That's in the heavyweight division. Let's take his reaction now. Deontay Wilder speaking after destroying Dominic Breazeale.
With this fight, I had to break myself back down. Of course, it was a lot of animosity, a lot of chaos, a lot of bad blood that was against me and my opponent, and that was the fuel to my fire to get myself in the best shape that I've ever been. People think, oh, he just got a right hand, so you stay away from that, you know. But when I settle myself down and really use my intelligence in the ring, magic happens. And tonight I displayed that, you know. The heavyweight division, when I look at the heavyweight division, it's all based off of power. And I have tremendous power, and I'll taste it against any man that step in the ring with me. That's what makes me the most dangerous man in the world. You know, and that's just because I says it, because of my action inside of the ring.
WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. Of course, everyone wants to see that unification bout between him and Anthony Joshua. And after the fight, he said there's no doubt the fight is going to happen. The issue is they don't know when. And from what we're hearing, it looks like we have to wait until 2020, which is
next year. I mean, that's what he said. You know, after the fight, he mentioned and all that. They'll definitely have to see that. We'll definitely see that fight. But it's not going to be this year. We all know that. It can't happen this year. It cannot happen this year. We all know that. We'll wait next year. And I just can't wait for someone to take down Deontay Wilder because
what do you mean?
It's getting so much. And maybe AJ can just, you know, he'll be one of those guys you need to take down. So the knockouts and all the
talking about
rashness and everything will just be gone.
Talking about AJ's got to send, you know, a similar warning as well to when he makes his American debut against what's his name, Andy Ruiz Jr. He's got to make a statement with an explosive knockout as well.
He's not going to do it in first round. I know AJ for sure. I mean, he's not that ruthless.
We'll see about that.
He's a cold boxer. That's what I love about him.
Let's talk a bit of golf now before we go on the break.
Yes, I mean, Bruce Koepka, he survived and he won. Dusty Johnson was the one just crawling in, trying to get into the mix, but it just didn't happen for Dustin Johnson. That's talking about world #1 now. This is where he started crawling in and all that, which from the beginning, from the opening rounds and all that, Bruce Koepka talked about the fact that he can even win 10 majors, and he has won the first one. I was thinking he defended the US Open, I mean, PGA Championship, and he did that. And of course, he's also doing the PGA Championship also again.
What a player.
I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, it was imperious from round 1 to 3. Went into the final round with a 7-shot lead, and you thought, okay, this is going to be a very comfortable victory for Koepka. But it wasn't meant to be. That's because DJ put a lot of pressure on him, took advantage of every little slip that came from Koepka, and it ended up being a dramatic finish. But in the end, Koepka just doing enough to win by 2 strokes. The 29-year-old now is the first.
Limped across the line.
Exactly. I mean, it's all about getting across the line. Whether you limp, whether you jog, whether you sprint across it, it doesn't really matter. Koepka is the first player to win both the US Open and US PGA Championships in back-to-back years. That's remarkable stuff. And you have to say he's the most informed player in golf when it comes to the majors.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely, I'm not surprised about that. Just check in 2017, that was when he won the US Open and the PGA Championship the next year. And of course, this year also, he's winning it. But the thing is, he's going to be replacing Johnson.
As world #1.
#1.
Right.
I mean, what a way to do that.
Of course.
Okay. Now, we need to go for a break now. We'll come back, we'll take his reaction and also talk on the legend match.